So let us now discuss nuclear fusion reaction. तो जैसा कि आप लोगों ने देखा था कि जो बाइंडिंग एनर्जी पर न्यूक्लियन वर्सेस जो मास नंबर का जो ग्राफ था वो मैं जस्ट रफली यहाँ पे बनाता हूँ कि वो इस तरह से जो था ग्राफ, और ऐसा जाकर फिर इस तरह से ऐसा। तो ये जो बीच वाला जो रीजन आपने देखा था, दिस इज द स्टेबिलिटी बेल्ट। दिस मिडिल पोर्शन, दिस इज द स्टेबिलिटी बेल्ट। तो जब फ्यूजन होता है तो एक हैवी न्यूक्लियस टूटकर इट ब्रेक्स और डिसइंटीग्रेट्स इनटू टू लाइट वेट न्यूक्लियाई और इस तरफ शिफ्ट होने की कोशिश करता है। ठीक है, एक्स ब्रेक्स इनटू वाई एंड जेड, मतलब it tries to come near to the stability belt. Similarly, when there is nuclear fusion reaction, then two lightweight nuclei they combine, right? They combine, okay, they try to come near to the stability belt. That is nuclear fusion reaction. Okay. Okay, now let us consider a reaction having a mass number A, having a mass number 5. So two atoms of A and B having a mass number, let us say 6, and 3 atoms of B. So you can see total number of nucleons कितने हैं यहाँ पे, 2 5 are 10 और यहाँ पे 3 into 6 18. टोटल नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स एंड न्यूट्रॉन्स कितने हो गए, 28 हो गए. ठीक है, तो आपको एक नया यहाँ पे क्या मिलेगा, न्यूक्लियस मिलेगा C, जिसका मास नंबर कितना है 28. और क्या होगा, और एनर्जी रिलीज होगा. तो इस एनर्जी को क्या कहते हैं, इस एनर्जी को कहते हैं फ्यूजन एनर्जी. जैसे पिछली बार हमने उसको बोलते थे फ्यूजन एनर्जी, इसको हम लोग यहाँ बोलते हैं फ्यूजन एनर्जी. ठीक है, तो जो एनर्जी रिलीज हो रहा है, ठीक है, एनर्जी रिलीज्ड इन द अबव न्यूक्लियर रिएक्शन कितना एनर्जी रिलीज हो रहा है, तो सबसे स्टेबल कौन है इधर, सी है. क्यों, क्योंकि जो बाइंडिंग एनर्जी पर न्यूक्लियन है वो सी का सबसे ज्यादा है. तो 28 इंटू बाइंडिंग एनर्जी पर न्यूक्लियन ऑफ सी, ये एनर्जी रिलीज होगा इन द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ सी, माइनस माइनस 2 5 10, क्योंकि टोटल यहाँ पे अगर आप देखोगे तो ए में 5 न्यूक्लियन है लेकिन ए के 2 एटम है, तो टोटल नंबर ऑफ न्यूक्लियॉन्स जो ए के हो गए वो 10 हो गए. तो 10 इंटू द बाइंडिंग एनर्जी पर न्यूक्लियन ऑफ ए एंड 18 इंटू बाइंडिंग एनर्जी पर न्यूक्लियन ऑफ बी. तो ये अगर हम लोग सब्ट्रैक्ट करेंगे, राइट, तो हम लोगों को क्या मिल जाएगा, हम लोगों को मिल जाएगा फ्यूजन एनर्जी. तो ये एक तरीका हो गया, दिस इज वन मेथड. अनदर मेथड इज कि हम लोग इसको मास डिफेक्ट से करें. वी कैन ऑल्सो डू इट बाई मास डिफेक्ट, करेक्ट. तो मास डिफेक्ट से कैसे करेंगे, तो मेथड 2 is by using mass defect. We can find out the mass defect. ठीक है, तो मास डिफेक्ट हमेशा क्या होता है, टोटल मास ऑफ रिएक्टेंट माइनस टोटल मास ऑफ प्रोडक्ट इनटू सी स्क्वायर, या फिर अगर वो मास डिफेक्ट एएमयू में हो तो आप डायरेक्टली इनटू 931.5 मेगा इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट आप कर सकते हो. ठीक है, तो जो एनर्जी है यही फ्यूजन एनर्जी, सेम फ्यूजन एनर्जी we can also find by using delta m c square. Now what is delta m here, so 2 times mass of A, this is reactant, right, 3 times mass of B. ये क्या हो गया? This is the total mass of the reactants minus the mass of C, that is the product. Product एक ही बना है, C बना है. This is delta M into C square. अगर ये delta M अपने पास AMU में हो तो we can directly write into 931.5. 2 times mass of A plus 3 times mass of B minus mass of C into, directly we can do 931.5 mega electron volt. Did you understand, all of you? Is it understood?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, please note this down. So please note down one important point. So fusion reaction basically starts when the nuclei are brought very close to each other. That's a very important point. So we will make a note here. That is, the nuclear fusion reactions start when nuclei are brought very close to each other at a separation of about 10 raised to minus 14 meter. It's very small, right? Or even less, in the range of femtometer. It's very small. So when can this happen? This can happen only at high temperatures. So this we should understand. This happens, or this is possible. This happens only when the sample temperature is very high. So very high means how much? That is almost of the range of 10 raised to 6 to 10 raised to 7 Kelvin. So this is the temperature of sun, because nuclear fusion reactions takes place in sun naturally. That's why these reactions are called as thermonuclear reactions. That's why these reactions are called as thermonuclear reactions. So as you had seen, as you had seen in nuclear fission reaction, what was required? There was a requirement of a fast moving neutron, right? Fast moving atomic particle which, when bombarded on the radioactive uranium, unstable uranium, then it disintegrated into barium and krypton. So similarly, in nuclear fusion reaction, you require a very high temperature. So this is not naturally possible. This is either possible in the lab or in sun, right, which has very high temperature. So if you please note down this till this point. So now let us take one question here, that is, in a nuclear reactor of 200 megawatt rating, so 200 megawatt rating, that means this much energy, or 200 megajoules per second, is being generated. 200 megajoules per second. Following fusion reaction is used to produce power. This is a fusion reaction that is being used to generate this energy. So if energy that is released from this equation is used at 25% efficiency in the reactor, that means the total energy generated in this reaction, it's only 25% of that energy is being used to generate this energy or this electricity Alright, this much energy is being generated, electrical energy, by this nuclear reactor. So calculate how many grams of deuterium, this is deuterium, because this is H12, that is deuterium, its mass is 2, will be needed per day. So per day, how many seconds are there in a day? There are 86,400 seconds in a day, which you can remember if you want. So take masses of this deuterium and helium is given to us, this much and this much. Okay. Okay. So first of all, we have to see in one fusion reaction. Okay, let us try to solve it. So in one fusion reaction, how much energy is generated? So let us first understand this. So in one fusion reaction, the energy released is. So how much energy is released? So you can, because atomic masses are given to you, so you can write down the mass of reactant, that is 2 times the mass of deuteron minus the mass of helium, is already in AMU, so you can directly multiply by 931.5 mega electron volt. And when you solve this, when you put all the values here, you will get 0.0256, this one, the mass defect, into 931.5 mega electron volt. So this much energy is being released in one nuclear fusion reaction. So 23.847 mega electron volt. All right, this much energy is being released. Okay, and okay, this much energy is being released. Okay, so this is the energy that is released in one fusion reaction. So first we have to calculate. How many such nuclear reactions are required per second. Okay, to generate 200 megawatt energy, right? Megawatt power. So 200 megawatt power is 200 megajoules per second. So first we have to find out that. First we have to see that how many such reactions are required. So number of nuclear fusion reactions required per second will be how much? So that will be equal to, now 200 megajoules is 200 into 10 raised to 6. This much energy is to be generated, right? And this is in mega electron volt, so we'll convert this into joules. How will you convert this into joules? Is to 23.847. Mega means 10 raised to 6, and electron volt. 1 electron volt is how many joules? 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joules. Okay? Okay? And the efficiency is given 25%. That means you have to multiply this into 0.25, because इस energy का सिर्फ 25% ही utilize हो रहा है 200 mega joule energy generate करने में. So you have to multiply this by 0.25, and now you have to divide by this. So when you divide by this, let us call it as energy released in one fusion reaction, and 25% is the efficiency. So you have to divide by this whole term, and then you will get, so just put it here, 23.847 into 10 raised to 6 mega electron volt. We have converted into joules, 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, and the efficiency, that is 25%, because only 25% of this energy is being converted into the electrical energy generated by the nuclear reactor. So this will give us 2.1 into 10 raised to 20 reactions per second. So this you can calculate. Reactions per second. This many reactions per second are required to generate that energy. All right. Now we'll try to find out how many such reactions are required. Okay. So this is the number of reactions required. Now in every reaction you have 2 deuterium atoms, right? You have 2 deuterium atoms. So what is the number of deuterium atoms required per second. So you have to multiply this by 2. So number of the deuterium atoms required per second. This will be how much? This will be 2 into the number of reactions. Because in every reaction, 2 deuterium atoms are required. So you'll get 2 into 2, that is 4.2 into 10 raised to 20 deuterium atoms or cell nucleus are required per second. Nucleus of deuterium, right? Okay, this many are required per second. So the amount of deuterium atom required in a day will be how much? Let's see that. So in a day, so the amount of deuterium required per day will be how much? So that will be, so you have this number of atoms, right? So 4.2 into 10 raised to 20. This is per second. In a day, there are how many seconds? 86,400 seconds. All right. Divided by Avogadro's number 6.023 into 10 raised to 23. This will give you total moles. And the mass of 1 mole is 2 grams. So multiply this with 2. So this you will get as 120.5 almost grams per day. This is the required mass of this nucleus, that is deuterium nucleus, in order to generate 200 megajoules of power, 200 megawatt power per, right? 200 megawatt power, that is 200 megajoules per second. All right, so I hope all of you understood this.